Hi everybody, Karl and Samuel here at Escape, and today is the July Q&A for us. So Samuel, thank you everyone for sending in your questions to us. We're going to do our best to answer all of them.
Yeah,
we will, and then we'll have some other stuff here at the end. But let's just get going into the questions side.
absolutely. So we're starting with Diane L. Graham, and she's saying, last Q&A, Karl said Escape was working on making available the list of options Escape will do that are not published on the options list. Do you know when that list will be released to the public?
Okay, so this is what we call the Easter egg list of options that we that has built up over the years, but is not on our build sheets. No, I have gone through this list of options that we had. I think it was up over, well, I want to say it was over 60, 63 now is the number that rings, that sort of comes to mind, sort of different options that were in there. And typically what would happen is you talk to your configuration person and you ask them about other things, or hey, it would be nice if I could have something like whatever it is, and then they will they'll sort of look at the options that we've done before, and they would they'd pull from that, and then they'd come and they'd ask us, are we still doing this option? So I've gone through that list of options, and there's some stuff that we simply can't do anymore. So I've taken those off, and we're still working on getting the pricing together for this entire list, because as you can imagine, it's a little bit different, right? When you're asking us for one or two things, we can kind of run that around internally, get the current pricing and push that back. When someone wants to see the 50 other options, that may not be 50, it might be a little bit less, because that concludes all models. So for some models, it'll be a lot less than that. Someone wants to see all those 50 options, then I need to make sure that all 50 options are both available and fully priced up for everybody in both, obviously Canadian and US dollars. So putting that together, that is going to be released probably in the next few weeks, I would say. We are also building up our new Build Your Trailer, our sort of online trailer builder tool that's coming together. That will be only for people in 2022. And it may even be only for people really February onwards, completion dates in 2022. We'll see what happens when we get there. And that will have all of these options included in it. So there will be no more Easter egg lists.
Yeah.
Right. That needs to be gone so that people have full visibility of what we have. I do have a little bit of a concern, Samuel, though, because we have a lot of options now. And it worries me a little for folks that we get into this option paralysis mode where there's so many. It's great that Escape has got so much choice, but it's like, oh my God, there's so much choice. I don't know what to choose from. I think it's better to say that there's a certain level of commitment from a person when it's a trailer that's been built for them. So the trailer is built for you, a certain level of commitment where you kind of have to go through and go through all of the options and go, okay, do I want, don't I want, do I want, don't I want?
Yeah.
And go from there. There's a certain amount of mutual exclusivity, I guess, within those options where if a person chooses this, then they're probably not going to need these things because they can't have them because they've chosen this. But that can be difficult for us to build in all those dependencies. And that's what we're kind of trying to work on, is put together the dependencies and put some of these options into packages of things. So.
Okay, and you mentioned that Build Your Trailer tool for 2022. That's when it starts. 2022 customers, and then forward 23 and so on. Right?
For sure, yeah. Now it'll only have 22 pricing at the moment in there, because that's all we've got. So nobody in 2021 will be using it. So it'll only be for those who will be pushing ahead with 2022 pricing. That'll be all customers obviously being built in 2022. So yes, Diane, I will have that available, but I would say continue to speak with whoever you're working with, Joel, Melissa or Linda, and they can make sure you get what you want.
Very good. Andrew PG, he's asking about a status report for our planned or hoped for location in Texas.
Yeah, in the US, although Texas is sort of a place I've been really looking at. There's some good benefits for moving to Texas from an overall production perspective and location perspective. Still in progress. In fact, I had a meeting this morning where we were going through the planning phase, the initial planning phase on what it would take to get this up and running, and how long we could expect it will take to have same thing. get it up and running. I was thinking of two different things because I'm also looking at the amount of distraction and effort it's going to take from my side in order to drive this new facility through. So we'll need to get some new people on board in order to make this one happen. But, that could be a 20, maybe a 20, late 22 thing, if not a 23 at this point, sort of recovering here from COVID and still can't enter the States. So it makes it a bit challenging, but that's coming along. Still really hoping to make that one happen.
Shannon R. Summers, how are your employees paid that build our trailers? By the hour?
Well. Very well.
Are they paid by the hour, by the trailer, or a salary?
Most people here are by the hour. Right? Certainly most production folks are by the hour. We have a few people on salary. They're not paid by the trailer, so we're not piece part in that way, because everyone has a different role to play in the whole process. We're a production line rather than a stall built sort of arrangement. So for the most part, everyone is paid by the hour. Provides a certain amount of flexibility. Of course, in BC or in Canada, it doesn't really matter whether you're paid salary or by the hour. Labour benefits are all exactly the same for you. How you're treated in law is all exactly the same. Doesn't make any difference to you. So there you go.
Okay. Michael is saying that my wife and I are very excited to get our 21NE, but also worried that the 13.2 gallon black tank size is rather small for a family of 4. Does Escape have any plans to increase the size or offer a larger size as an option?
Okay, so we cannot get a larger size tank in there. So that's the first thing that we've already, and we've gone. Believe me, I've gone through this in quite a lot of detail here over the last few weeks. So 13.2 gallon is as big as we can get into the trailer. However, on a recent camping trip up to Whistler for myself and Sharon, we were thinking about this a little bit more and started playing around with the idea of a pony tank. So an additional tank that you would carry with you that could give you another 7 gallons or 8 gallons. And it's a nice idea. So of an extra tank, you can carry it inside the storage box, or you can carry it in some of the storage areas within the trailer. And what it does is it's just a tank that sits below the current outlets that you have. So you plug your outlet in there and you use it as an auxiliary tank for yourself. And I like the idea of that, especially if you're a family of 4 and there's a fair amount of waste going in there, is that you don't have to pack the trailer up and move it over to dump. You can just sort of pack up the auxiliary tank and go and dump that and then bring it back and continue on. So a little bit more flexibility, I think, in the auxiliary tank.
Very good. From Miklasco, my wife and I have noticed on the videos that the kitchen outlet is below the counter on the face of the cabinets. Our current Jayco camper has a GFCI outlet on the back wall of the counter. This is not only convenient but safer, as electrical cords don't have to hang over the edge and working surface of the counter. Will the E23 have a back wall GFCI outlet?
Not something that I had considered. I'll have to put that to William and try and see if that's something we can build in. We do have a bit of a challenge here, which is that there's nothing to mount to.
Yeah.
So if it's on a back wall of, should we say, the current trailers, there's nothing to mount to. So because it goes against our headliner, and a headliner is a soft headliner. So that's a bit of a challenge. I'll have to have a look at that one.
Okay.
But thanks for the suggestion.
Laurie Boone, is a pop-up countertop outlet another possibility with current CSA standard?
Something to be reviewed. Of course, Johnny Hung started this trend a little while ago with his pop-up outlets on there. It's not a challenging install to do for customers. The challenge for us at Escape is, of course, we got all the different models and all the different configurations of kitchens that can be put together. So while it seems in any one specific one, it may seem a fairly easy installation, all assuming, of course, that I can get this past the CSA. So it's a challenge for us on the validation side to go through all the models and all the permutations of the configurations that we may have. And we do not have it slated in at the moment. I think it's one of those nice little modifications that you guys can make yourselves probably quite easily.
Very good. Now there are 2 more questions. We have covered those or similar questions in our last Q&A, so if you'd like to watch that a bit more in detail. But here are the questions, and we gave a brief summary. One is from Pat Collison. Any timeline updates for the E23?
E23 is moving along well. So I pulled William back off the shop floor. William was on the shop floor really supporting the production and quality aspects of the production increase work that we've been doing over the past few months. Plus we were dealing with the molds that we received. So he's pretty much got all that together now. We also have gone and purchased ourselves a CNC machine, CNC wood cutting machine, which is a huge feature for the Escape 23. So my build philosophy in the Escape 23 is different to what we'll do in the trailers. The quality will be excellent. We're just going to assemble it different to what we do. So that's now in, and we're full steam ahead again on the prototype build, expecting to have that done before the end of this year. Actually, I'd like to have it commercialized before the end of this year, so we can start looking at how we might incorporate it into 2022, probably be second quarter 2022, just because we're so slammed with production slots at the moment. Again, trying to find availability is going to be my next challenge for the 23. But it is coming along. It's coming along. A shower is the next thing that we have to look at. So we need to do a fiberglass shower for this one. We had some other ideas initially, but we just don't like how they turned out. Doesn't look. Quality isn't as robust as what we do in terms of this the shower units.
Very good.
So that's the next thing. It's good. It's coming.
From Martin Will, he is saying, maintaining quality can be challenging when ramping up production. What actions are being taken regarding this?
Yeah, well, key thing for quality within production, of course, is having good specifications. And specification, sort of covers to extent so you can have the manufacturing side and the design side. So the design side shows us what the parts need to go in, where they need to go, and then what they're expected to function like if they've been installed correctly. On the manufacturing side, we build up all the work instructions to guide the guys as they're building the product to ensure that we have it built correctly. And then, of course, there's quality control checkpoints as we work our way through, and, of course, all the testing that we do. Now, I'm specifically more, I would say, talking about the systems level stuff, which is the plumbing, the electrics, the gas lines, those types of ideas, or those types of systems. And then the rest of it is fit and finish, quality with trim and the like. And that is of course, it's very visual for us. So that's going to maintain through the back end of the process. And then as it moves into pre-delivery inspection, there's a whole other world of inspection that we do to make sure these trailers are beautiful before they leave. A lot of people will see their photos as it moves down the production line, and it's crazy because even when I see them coming pretty much off the end of the main assembly shop, they're cleaned up and they look good. Then they come into the PDI area, and it's almost like it's a sort of different level of inspection and cleanup that we do again in that area to get them ready for customers.
Very good. Thank you everyone for those questions. Very, very good. Now we're getting into a time now where we look at some updates from Escape. And I'd like to ask Karl, tell us about the 2022 price release and how customers can get an idea of quotes and
we've updated. So 2022 pricing, we released it a bit early this year. We're normally not releasing that until October, November, that sort of time. So this year we released it in July. June? Was it June? End of June I did it? Early July? Yeah, so a few weeks ago we released 2022 pricing. Anyone who's interested knows already about this. The website has been fully updated, as have all the builder tools that we have on the website presently have all been updated, and the builder and the pre-configuration option sheets that you send out, and the build sheets. So everything's been updated, and you can see that on the build and price on the website. The deposit, of course, locks in the person's production date or customer completion date, and you're going to talk about something else in a second, but should we say we're now in 2023 for new customers coming in, regardless whether that's fifth wheels or non-fifth wheels. And we do not have 2023 pricing yet, but we won't have that until, I can't do 23 pricing until this time next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. US delivery costs.
Yeah, we talked about those a few weeks ago. We've done the analysis now. They're going up by 10%. I think we told everybody that's going to happen. People probably have a good feel of what that is. Gas prices are continuing to go up for us. So yeah, going up by 10%, starting for January 2022.
Okay. So as of today, the website still shows 2021 pricing. That will be updated shortly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Storage. Storage fees. Okay, finding it. We're in a bit of a boom here in Chilliwack. Property prices are going up like crazy, as our rental rates, our land rates. So I'm not going to say where we're going to be on this one yet, but more than likely, storage fees are going to increase again. We're in a very limited space here. I just don't have the space to store more than 30 days worth of trailers at my current production rates. I mean, I get up to about 90 or so. Plus there's always a little bit of a hangover. So at about 90 or so, I am full in this space. So it's a bit of a challenge for us. And that typically is the 1 month free storage side of things that we have. When it goes after that, I need to go outside and buy storage space for a period and lock in on that for a period. So I think those storage rates will go up. Just trying to decide when to push those storage rates up, whether it'll be January 22 or sometime after that.
Very good. Next one is date revision. So we are in the midst of a major date revision.
Yes,
and
big one.
So what we have done recently is we looked at 2021, who we could move there and provide earlier dates. So we had moved 20 plus customers there. The next bigger one was then moving customers from 2022 back into 2021. And Karl, that was part of the production increase as well, right? So we looked at 70 plus customers that we could move already. And now the next big move will be everyone in 2022 and 2023. Yeah.
So as Samuel said, we've done everybody in 2021 now. We filled all of those slots, and we pulled a bunch of people from 2022 who wanted to come into 2021, albeit at 2022 pricing. That's all been locked in and nailed down. A lot of very happy people there. So they're moving in. Now we're going into the 2022 and 2023 schedule compression. So everyone from January 4th, 2022, that's the first day back, through to into 2023, and doing a big compression on that one. That's a fair big move for a lot of people now coming back. Of course, all the people who pulled into 2021 created space for everybody else. This is the approach. So you've got some good news for us on what the compression looks like.
Right. So there is currently, if you're looking at the dates for non-fifth wheels, we are booking July 2023, and we are quite confident that this will go all the way back to the end of year 2021, beginning 2022. Thank you. And beginning 2023. So a July person would go back to a December or January.
I think it's very, very late December. So it's almost like it looks like the last person comes back into the 23rd of December.
Right.
2022. So that's a real bonus, right? Everyone's got pulled back, and we are still working albeit very slowly, to increase the production rate. So to maybe even a little bit more on that for people. And those of you who opted for a 2021 completion date at 2022 prices, but didn't get a slot, there's still hope in all of this. I know Samuel's already reached out to all of you who are on this list. There's still hope, and the reason there's still hope is because I'm still working on production increase, and as we work on production increase, it's going to create a few more slots. It's not going to be it's not going to be a huge number of slots, but quite possibly it could be 10, 15 more slots that roll in there. So all is not lost if you didn't get a slot in 2021 at 2022 pricing. There's a little bit more to go, although we did have a very large demand from folks on this one. But that's great. You did a nice job on doing that schedule compression.
Thank you.
You and Volke pulling that one together. So well done to you.
On the fifth wheels, we have a current lead time of November 2023. That will be pulled back to July 2023.
Excellent.
Now the fifth wheels are booking further out.
Yeah,
We
they're
have to
just a
space
different
them a
animal
bit, yeah.
because I can't
Yeah.
build fifth wheels back to back in the same way that I can do 21s or
Yeah.
19s or 17s for that matter. I have to allow a number of slots in between each fifth wheel. So we will see some compression on the fifth wheels as the production rate increases, you know, so they will pull back just a little bit more.
Yeah. Now, one more word on the date revision. So we're looking at over 600 customers that are now being offered a new date. For some of you, this will be the first date revision, so this will be new. You will each get an email with a suggested date. That's the only date we can offer you, and we go by sequence when you place the deposit. And you have the chance to either accept this date or reject it. If you reject that date, that is fine. We will keep your original date and offer that earlier date to somebody else. But very important to ensure our emails go through, don't go into your junk mail, so that you get the opportunity to accept that earlier date. Okay, so that's
all of that.
compression in a nutshell.
Yeah. And the lead time.
And the lead time. And I had
Very
a
good.
question with regards to service and what we are doing here.
So service and warranty. Service, you know, we don't do service here. I mean, I know Reese used to do service a few years ago. You know, we were much smaller. We were producing a lot less at the time. We had a bit more bandwidth to do it, but we don't have the ability to do service work or the additional work like, hey, can you put another solar panel on my trailer or change whatever out for us? It's like we just don't have the resources to do it. So I kind of stopped service work last year, and especially when COVID hit. And so for us, mostly up at Chilliwack anyway, it's warranty. Warranty work is the only thing that we will do, and for service work or adding additional components and stuff, that's kind of up to you, or bring it to a local dealer who can do that. There's not, you know, the wiring, dealing with the fiberglass. Most guys know how to do this, and certainly we can give instructions on the best way to do it as well to support you with that. So we're not doing service. We're pretty much only doing warranty repair type work going forwards. So that's that one.
Okay. And then with regards to our monthly contests, we have a photo contest where customers send in their escape photos, and we have now expanded this to a video contest as well. If you're interested to participate in that, you have an escape trailer, you will find it on our website where you can submit, and you can win a prize.
Yeah, very good. Great. Sorry, there was one very important thing I forgot. We've been getting a lot of questions from customers about coming up to Chilliwack when the border opens. And the border here is supposed to open on August 9th, so not too far away from us now. Now, be very mindful. Although they're saying the border is opening on August 9th, they're making it very challenging for people to come into Canada, or even for Canadians, I guess, to leave Canada, but because they have all these requirements on you coming back in. So a lot of requirements on people to come into Canada. So you got to check that out if you're sort of basing your whole plans on the fact that I'm going to come up to Chilliwack, I'm going to check the trailer out and then go from there. Also, remember, regardless of whether you come to Chilliwack or not, we still have to export your trailer for you. Unless, of course, you want to pay some of our taxes and contribute with the 12% on top of your fees. Now, you're welcome to do that. If you want to come to Chilliwack and pay the Canadian taxes and stuff, you can do that. I don't think we've anybody who's ever done that, so that's a bit maybe a rhetorical. You know, that one, or a bit sarcastic, even mentioning that. But yeah, you can come to Chilliwack. Now, from our perspective, we're open. If you want to come to Chilliwack and see your trailer and have a quick sort of hello, then that's totally fine. But remember, we are on a schedule, right? So we do run this on a schedule. A lot of people have asked about familiarization or orientation, or I want someone to talk me through it. No problem. We can do that as well, but it won't be a very long, drawn out process. And typically the way we conduct this type of familiarization is it's oh, hi Samuel, you're here to collect your trailer. Oh, it's great to see you, blah blah blah. How's the weather? And have you watched the videos? Yes, you have. Okay, do you have any questions for us?
I've watched them all and I don't have any questions.
Oh, great. Well, enjoy your trailer. You know, look forward to seeing you at the rally. It might be it goes kind of something like that.
Yeah.
Is generally how we're working. But if you do have questions, we'll take you through. And usually if someone needs, wants to do like a quick sort of hitch up check, the type thing, then we'll do that as well. But if you bring your hitch and you expect us to put it on, and you're doing it, you know, it can't be the morning of the trailer when your trailer is going. It would have to be the day before. So we're still working through the process here, but generally what we're saying is if you want to come up, have a quick look at your trailer before it comes to meet you at the border, then you'd want to come up the day before, because we ship all these in the mornings, know what they're going out, and then if there's anything that needs to happen, we'd like to know the day before so we can sort it out. Now, to appease people, we have been doing videos for people. So video of your trailer, just so people can get a sense of, how does it look after it's all been cleaned up and, you know, now it's extra beautiful. Because the last photos you might have seen would have been at the end of production. So we're doing these videos now. If you want one, I'd say just ask Amanda when you're booking your trailer delivery or you're planning to come up and say, hey, I'd like to get a quick video of my trailer. I'm going to meet you at Sumas or I'm going to come to Shellac, whatever it is. We will we'll get you a quick video of the trailer and go from there. Right. So key point, you're very welcome to come to Chilliwack if you can get across the border. And the other concern is going back across the border, because we're expecting that there'll be some very long lineups at the border crossing going back into the US. And remember, we go through the commercial crossing, so we get there much faster than you. So the last thing we want is that our driver takes the trailer, he's going across the border, he's across there at 10 o'clock, and it takes you another 2 hours to get back across on the Canadian side. And that can happen. Right, it absolutely can happen. Take a long time, which is why we have the idea of come the day before. If you want to have a peekaboo, no problem. Then if you have any questions, we'll answer those for you. Yeah. And then go back and get across and be ready to meet us the next day when your trailer comes across. Okay, and did I miss anything on that?
I'm just thinking if your pickup day is a Monday, for instance. Yeah. Then it would be a Friday. Is that right?
Well, no, we don't. No, we don't schedule US customers for Mondays. We're going to schedule them for Tuesdays.
Tuesday onwards. Okay.
Yeah, Tuesday onwards. Okay. So then you can come up on the Monday, and we'll be shipping your trailer across on a Tuesday. But I would encourage everyone to continue to either pick. You have to pick up in Sumas if you're coming to Sumas, but continue to look at the delivery options. It does make life a lot easier for a lot of folks, a lot of really happy folks with the whole delivery process that we've gone through. Less mileage for you to cover, right, as well, which is always useful. But there are some folks who just really want to come on the drive, do the drive, and we're always happy to see people here. So there's no issues with that. Just be mindful with your expectations there. I'm certainly trying to get across the border. Okay, that's the key thing for that one. That's probably the biggest question that we're getting these days from folks. Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you, Samuel. So that's all most of the Q&As and stuff that came through. Now, you had a few people you wanted to give a bit of a shout out to, because, you know, we get some great, we get wonderful emails from people after they've received their trailers, or even after they've received their trailer and they've gone and they shook it down, and even if they had issues and they've contacted and got sorted. I must remind everybody, this time of the year is exceptionally busy in the after sales support side of the business. And you know, I'll always say, send your emails in or give us a call, but definitely go through the emails a bit easier than necessarily the phone calls. But, you know, give it either which way. We capture you, we log you in the system, and then we work our way around to sorting that out. Sometimes when we have multiple issues on one particular ticket, then, you know, we had the odd one where they got closed off, and they shouldn't have got closed off, right? So we apologize if that has happened. But yeah, that's the main thing on the after-sale support. The
emails that we receive from customers, we share them in the team. So if you send an email to Joldy or to Melissa, we generally share them in the team, because everyone is somewhere involved, and it's encouraging.
These are the emails people send in saying how much they love their trailer, and thanks very much to everybody, and they just want to pot us. So be nice and say, you know, kudos, thank you very much for building the trailer. Please tell the guys in the shop floor, or please tell Melissa, Linda, Joldy, whomever, Amanda, you know, Eric, whoever it is, thank you very much for this. So we get a lot of those. They're great. Right, they're the type of thing that don't make their way to social media, but they make their way to our internal sort of media. And you have a couple of people who I got an email this morning from Jacobus and Heidi Slabbert, So they just got their 21. Very pleased with it, and thank you very much for the very nice email. We'll send that around to everybody, and it'll make their day.
Yes.
It really does make everyone's day. It makes everyone kind of go, oh man, we've done a good job. We'll continue to work hard, supporting people, and it kind of just raises everyone's spirits, which is great.
Yes. Yeah, thank you for that. And another person I would like to mention is Gary Dorr. Gary was recently mentioning to me that he sees our trailers a little bit as a hotel on wheels. And I thought that was a nice analogy. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one to kind of sort of ruminate on, right? That we're, it's, a hotel on wheels. It is a hotel on wheels. It's a very good way to describe it. It's your own personal room, your own personal hotel room that you drag around, and it's nice, flexible. You know where everything is.
Yes.
You don't have to unpack and pack all the time. You got your food. It's like a big suitcase. You just pull on the big suitcase around behind your vehicle, and you can sleep in it and eat in it as well.
Yeah.
So that's great. I like that idea. Yeah,
good.
Lovely. Okay, that it, Samuel?
That is it for today.
Okay, well, listen, thank you very much, everybody, for continuing to watch. If possible, would you please like and subscribe to this on YouTube? That's becoming very important to us. Sort of increases our ratings and enables us to reach more people. So more people who can join the club, more people who can really benefit from getting an escape trailer. At the end of the day, we're still a very small niche player in this whole industry. And although we are, as direct to consumer and customer centric, we're probably the only one within our competition, of our very small group who all should and need to do very well. We're the only one who's truly customer centric, and there's just simply nobody else that has the uniqueness in terms of the number of options and the personalization that Escape can do for you. At the end of the day, we're Escape Trailer, and we're built for you.